let's get this thing started. Hello everyone, I am super excited to be here. Today is our very first let's get into the juiciness conversation, right? So today we are going to be talking about what women really want and what we need in order to be turned on. So there's definitely just some mixed information that is going on, and this is why I am so excited to be able to teach this, because if you really think about what is happening, so in society alone, women don't even know anything about themselves until they have to dig in and research for themselves, right? So how are we putting that responsibility on our men to figure it out, or our partners, another woman or whatever the case may be? It's it is really, really, really difficult and hard to wrap our brains around what does this woman want? Does she even know what she wants for herself? And so this is why these talks are going to be so important. I want women to kind of look at this on maybe I'm not doing this and I need to work on this, and these are the things I'm going to do. And then the men, I want you guys to be oh my goodness, I'm going to learn all the secret codes on how to treat a woman. And if you guys do this correctly, I'm letting you know that your pleasure will be tenfold for the man and tenfold for the woman, because she's actually doing what she wants for pleasure. And this is the recipe for bliss. And I really want to teach everybody that you have to communicate and you have to learn what the person wants, because right now what's happening is we're learning from all these outside sources, and they're not necessarily correct or really down to the true basics of how women operate. Because yes, I absolutely love and don't have any issues of people watching porn, but it doesn't give us this true, good, real reality. And it's really gives this mixed information out there, and things need to be addressed. And my goal is honestly to be here on OnlyFans and kind of hopefully be able to have a chance to even influence some of these other women that are on here, to try to bring them into more of a natural pleasure experience. Because honestly, sometimes it makes me cringe. I feel sorry for these women, because it just doesn't even seem great or pleasurable or anything. So, which I should bring up the fact that, so with my VIP page, everything is all natural. Those are really just super, super, super fun fantasies that I am living out. And so you're more than welcome to join me over there. But even still, those, in order for me to do them, there's a lot of these things that I'm going to talk about today that I have to apply in order for that to work. So let's go ahead and dig in. So I have my notes here, otherwise I'll go way, way, way off track. I have a feeling too, this is going to be a few different parts. So this will be part one. So the very first thing that we have to understand is that women are emotional beings and men are visual beings, right? So if we just even think about that right there. So breaking it down to the fact that we have to incorporate our heart and the emotions before anything happens. Okay, so that is very, 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 very important to understand. Men are very much the moment they see something sexy, or the moment they see something that's hot, they it's an instant turn on. Well, women are very, very, very different in this way. So with that being said, I'm going to do a quick little side note on this. Okay, if you are brand new into a relationship, or you're just starting to talk to a woman, the last thing that you should be doing is sending a dick pic. I'm just going to say it right there, because right, I'm seeing so much of this, and it ruins your chances with a woman automatically for a couple reasons. One, it's pretty disrespectful right off the bat. Not that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're bad, but I want you to wait until the woman asks for it and then send it to her, okay? Because it really doesn't make any difference to us, because if we get that picture, right? If you know, fine, you have a great looking dick, but if you don't know how to fucking use it, then it's no use to us, right? So, and if you're not like connecting to my heart and my emotions, it's still not doing anything. So keep them for later once you're into your relationship, and maybe you're doing some play texting back and forth, and you're wanting to explore with your partner, and then, like, you know, she asks for it, then you're going to want it. You're going to get the response that you want from it in that situation. You're not going to get a positive response if you just randomly send it to some gal that you're just trying to hook up with, right? Like just don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay. I want to do that as a side note. The other thing is, so we want to look at the woman as somebody that you are creating this really, really, really safe space with, so that she can learn about herself, or you guys can learn about each other together in a really, really secure place. So that means that you have to have the mindset of being a very secure, confident man. And the reason why I say that is because there's this major shift that happens between boys and men. So boys, they're thinking that they kind of look at things as like it's a privilege to be with them and everything is about them. And when you can convert that mindset over to being a man and still holding space, still being strong, being really confident in your masculine, but then can hold this space and act like it is a blessing to be with this woman, then you're going to get a lot further. And I'm hoping that you would get that much more out of it as well. So working on that mindset shift and change would be really, 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 really beneficial for you guys, like as a man, okay? And then as a woman, I want you to truly understand that, like, you are coming into a relationship with the most confidence you can possibly have. And the beautiful thing is, like, if you are new to a relationship, you can walk in like that, right? Do the work ahead of time, walk in. If you are in a marriage and you're trying to figure this out as you go, like I was, then you have to really be open to that communication and be like, hey, I'm really trying to do this or that, and then be part of a team with your partner, okay? So compliments. Like, if you are a man and you're trying to create this safe space for a woman, it's all about like the compliments and making her feel really good about herself. If you are a woman and you're with another woman, same exact thing, right? You know that you want to have these compliments. So like, make sure that she feels really, really, really good about herself, because the hardest thing for women is that we're going to be completely stuck in our heads, okay? And so we need help pulling ourselves from our head into our hearts and into our bodies, okay? So that is really, really, really important. When you are first in a relationship, or actually this can work even if you're in a marriage or in a new relationship, either one. And this goes, again, along the lines of male and female, female and female, whatever the case may be. But this, ask for permission, okay? And I don't mean this in like a I mean this in like kind of this like flirty, fun, exploring kind of a way. So this would be even really fun to do on a date night or whatever the case may be. And then just if you feel uncomfortable with it, then again, communicate ahead of time. Say, I'm really trying to try this out. But it can be as simple as, you know, you're with your partner and you're like, it can just be like, is it okay if I kiss you here? Or is it okay if I touch you right here? And just this nice, like romantic, yummy, coming, just like explory kind of way. But just make sure that you're just not talking too much. Let her get into her body, let her feel and focus on the sensations that you are creating for her. So this is really, really important. This kind of will not only allow you to learn what she likes because of body language, if she is not, you know, really open to express herself yet, so you can kind of learn from there. And then also this teaches her what she likes even in the moment, and it gives her kind of this empowerment to encourage her to tell you what she wants. And it's a super fun, sexy game. So I really want to make sure that you guys touch on that. Okay, and now we're going to get into like timing. Okay, so this is a major difference between men and women. So women need a lot of time. Like, we need a lot of time. And I feel like there's so many women that do get like, they get frustrated and they kind of start to feel bad that they're taking up too much time, and then they just want to like hurry up, and they want to make sure that their partner, their spouse, their boyfriend, their date, whatever the case may be, feels like they're happy. And so then unfortunately this is when a lot of the like fake orgasms and stuff kind of will start to show up. But it's really not a good idea, okay? Because we don't want to be teaching and encouraging behavior that actually doesn't feel good to us. So it's kind of a no-win situation for both of you. So that just means you just need more time. So women need between 30 to 40 minutes to even like really get in or get close to an orgasm. I think men, it's like 2.5 minutes, right? And they're rip roaring ready to go, if it's even that. I think it's pretty much instantaneous. So that is probably the number one issue I hear in relationships and working with women is they don't understand that they can't just be rip roaring ready to go. And we need time. We need time to stimulate our body. We need time to relax. We need time to get out of our heads. And then we need the time for that build up of emotion and build up of ecstasy to create it, to get into orgasm, right? So this is probably the main thing I want to really pinpoint in today's video is you need to take more time. Okay, and that time is perfect with like foreplay, just really a body massage to playing with different toys to just like slowing that process. If you are really into touch, or if your partner's really into touch, then that is incredible. Like, the more of the sensual side of things, of slowing it down, is going to be way more hotter for your girl. Okay, so that also means that like with this, like if you are into touch, like if this is the speed that you would normally touch her, I want you to slow it down by like 50%. I just want it to be this slow, so she starts to yearn for that touch and yearn for more. Like, we want her to be the one that's in control, right? Because if she is happy and she is turned on and she is in her happy space, holy shit, guys, like, hold on, just hold the fucking phone, because things are gonna be incredible for you. Okay, so letting her explore, let her explore you, because like a lot of times like there's like this exchange in energy that you want this to like be able to build back up, and you want this whole experience to be nothing but pleasure for both of you. So it's really really honestly worth putting in the time. And I don't mean that a quickie here and there are bad. Fuck, I'm all about that. But there's a time and a place for like really creating this intimacy, and the quickies are absolutely fabulous once she's really secure in her body and she can just get into the moment like in a drop of a hat, which leads to build up. So build up is so critical for women, okay? And this doesn't mean that you sent her a dick pic in the morning and she should be rip roaring ready to go in the evening. Like, this is not it. This is like sending her sexy text messages, complimenting her for the things that she had gotten done today, asking her if there's anything that she fantasizes about. Like, tell me one of your favorite romantic dreams. Like, get her thinking about sex throughout the day if you want her to be ready, because she's in work mode, right? She's in mom mode. She's in caregiving mode, right? Like, she is not in the space where she can just like switch everything, okay? So this is probably the biggest issue that I see and hear is like, what the fuck? Why do they just feel like we can just instantly be ready? That's because they are instantly ready, and that's fine, and that's beautiful. We want you to be a man, but we also need you to tailor to the woman's needs, okay? So really, really, really important for that. And from there, it's like a matter of just continuing to encourage her to explore on her own too. So that way, I do hear a lot of times that men tend to get like jealous, or they start to feel like insecure when they hear about their partners either spending time exploring themselves or using toys, or like I kind of hear some of this stuff of like, well, why do you need a toy if you have me? Well, it has nothing to do with like replacing you at all. Like, it is a matter of just a different area being stimulated, bringing just some naughtiness into the bedroom, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you, okay? You're perfect the way you are, and I think that most men do get caught up in their own personal insecurities of worrying about staying hard or coming too soon or the size of their penis. But honestly, it's like, if you can learn to let go of those insecurities and be confident with what you have, and then focus on that pleasure for your woman, you have nothing to worry about. There's so much, and we're going to get into that, like so many things that you can do besides just intercourse for pleasure for both of you. And it is like freaking fabulous. The moment you can kind of start opening your eyes to exploring the world of different pleasures, the less pressure I think you'll put on yourself for the actual, like, actually having sex, right? Just the actual intercourse, right? So there's so much we can go into and talk about. So but if you're a woman and you're like really struggling with this, is really you want to focus on pleasure with yourself first. So we're going to get into that, but I wanted to focus on like the main differences and address some of those things first, and then start digging in. So what I would like you to do is, after you watch this, I want you to send me, I would love to hear your feedback on, yes, this is helpful, I already knew this, can we dig into this? I am getting a lot of questions or like DMs asking like, okay, when are we going to get into the most popular one is like, how do I figure out how to squirt, or how do I get my partner to squirt? Like those two are just like this hottest topics. And we will get there. And yes, it's definitely one of my favorites. But it took me a while to get there. And so that's what I want to try to teach. And the very first fundamental piece is this piece right here, making sure that you take more time. You are doing nothing wrong if it takes you a really long time to orgasm. Do not fake an orgasm. Men, create this safe space for your woman to be able to start learning about her own body, about what she likes, and maybe start trying that little technique of like asking permission. Is it okay if I touch you here? Is it okay if I put my fingers here? Is it okay? Do you like this? Like, use your communication skills to really like get in there. Okay, so this is all I have for you today. I will post on Thursday a little bit of another challenge. I would love for you guys to participate. And if you have anybody else that you know can use this type of support, please encourage them and invite them over here to my page. I would love to help. And then again, if you are interested in seeing any of my fantasies being played out, then you can jump on over to the VIP page. But till then, send me some love. Let me know what you guys think, and we will go from there. All right?